Part 2 of Cupcakes. I'll read this line again. Putting down Gilda's skull, the pink pony gripped a scalpel in the cleft of her hoof and walked over to Dash's right flank. Without any flair, Pinkie placed the blade at inched above Dash's cutie mark and began a circular cut around it. Dash shouted in pain and tried desperately to pull away, but the braces held her still. Finishing the incision, Pinkie grabbed a curved skinning knife from the tray. Screwing up her face in concentration, she worked it under Dash's skin and sliced the hide away from the muscle. Dash ground her teeth as she tearfully watched her flesh peeled off. Pinkie then moved to the other side and repeated the process on Dash's left flank. Once she had finished, Pinkie held up both cutie marks in front of her friend and started waving them like pom-poms. Dash just whimpered. Her thighs burned like nothing she had felt before. Placing the ragged patches of skin down, Pinkie selected a huge butcher knife. Yeah, sorry, I gotta. And walked behind the blue Pegasus. Hope you don't mind. I think I'm gonna wing it now. Pinkie laughed and grabbed Dash's left wing in her mouth and played with it for a few seconds, yanking it back so the sharp pain reignited in the fire in Dash's flanks. Then stretching the wing out, Pinkie brought the blade down hard at the base. Instantly, Dash screamed as thrashed her appendage. The movement threw off Pinkie's aim. She tried to hit the mark again, but missed, and carved a huge slash into Dash's back. Dash, you gotta stay still, I'll keep missing, scolded Pinkie as her friend howled. Pinkie took another whack and hit her target. She swung again and again. Blood sprayed into the air, but Pinkie realized she wasn't getting anywhere. The blade just wasn't going through the bone. I guess I forgot to sharpen it. I'll try something else, stated Pinkie matter-of-factly. She tossed the knife over her shoulder and bending the blade on the table. Through the haze of pain and tears, Dash heard the sound of a metal box opening and closing. Got it! Say, Dash, why do they call it a hacksaw? If it doesn't hack, hacking is what I was doing with the knife. This is a saw. I don't get it. Pinkie placed the tool over the mangled flesh of their last attempt. Standing on her hind legs, she worked the saw back and forth with her front hooves. It sliced effortlessly through the bone and skin. The feeling of the jagged teeth...
How does she operate a saw without thumbs? Or fingers?
It's a fanfic. True. Anything's possible in a fanfic.
True.
The feeling of the jagged teeth grinding into her made Dash want to vomit. She watched numbly as her wing flew over her head and landed with the fluff on the table. Pinkie moved to the next wing and started sawing. Dash didn't struggle this time. She had given up trying to fight and focused on choking back screams of agony. Abruptly, the sawing paused. Pinkie was only halfway done, the wing hanging off by his silver. Hey, Dash, Pinkie piped up. Think fast. Suddenly, Pinkie yanked the wing as hard as she could. The bone snapped, but the blue pony's skin held and then tore away. The pull ripped away a long strip of flesh, all the way down Dash's back to her rump. Her body seized at the unexpected trauma. As her pelvis tensed up, Dash felt a warm release between her legs, and her loud, unending melody of pain filled the room. Unable to catch her breath, she blacked out. Dash awoke with a gasp. The stench of her urine filled her mucus-caked nostrils. As her vision swam into focus, she saw a very pouty Pinkie Pie removing a large adrenaline needle from her chest. Stomping her hooves, and frustrated Pinkie lashed out at her helpless victim. Didn't anybody teach you any manners? It's very rude to fall asleep when somebody invites you over to spend time with them. How would you like it if I came over to your house and went to sleep? Oh, I'm sorry, Dad. You're so boring. I think I'll take a nap. You think I will always doing this by myself? I told you how excited I got when I found you were next. I was excited to have a friend here with me while I work, but no! You gotta be inconsiderate. You know, I thought you were tough. I thought you couldn't handle anything. I had full stand up better than you. Do I have to baby you, huh? Is that how you want me to remember you as a baby? As Pinkie stopped to catch her breath, Dash blinked and sobbed softly. Her back was in agony. Her sides were on fire. and there was intense pain in one of her legs. As she blinked again, she saw Pinky pop something red in her mouth and began to chew. Noticing Dash's stare, Pinky quickly gulped the morsel down. What? Pinky asked. Oh, this? She held up another piece. While you were asleep, I got a little She held up another piece. Well, while you were asleep, I got a little impatient and helped myself to a small sample. I got it from your leg. They're not bad. Want to try some? While waiting for a response, Pinky shoved a strip of meat into revolted Pegasus Pony's mouth. Dash gagged and immediately spit it out. Pinky frowned and picked up the chunk of flesh. If you don't want it, you can have just said no. Pinky contemplated the discarded snotty morsel and gulped it up. It's not like you haven't had any cupcakes before. Swallowing, Pinky turned her attention to a small can on the tray. She removed the lid, revealing that it was filled with red-hot coals. Lying on top of the coals were several large nails. As the adrenaline filled her veins, Dash began to panic again. Picking up the can, Dash walked over to Dash's left, holding some tongs with her mouth. Pinky carefully picked up the nail and positioned it at the seam between her victim's front left leg and hoof. She grabbed the hammer and took careful aim. No, Pinky, Dash screamed. No, no! The hammer came down and the nail punctured Dash's skin. The white-hot burning was too much. Dash screamed and pulled as she pulled and thrashed at the braces, causing her raw skin to rub and tear. Pinky tried to line up another nail, but couldn't find her aim, and let out a frustrated grunt. When Pinky brought the hammer back to take a wild swing, Dash burst out crying and begging, "Please stop! Please, please stop!"